church buildings have been torn down or burned.
Most of the mission movement that we hear about in Christianity talks about martyrs of times gone by. But Graham and Gladys actually experienced something in our own lifetime.
To know that this kind of pressure, this kind of persecution still happens, and is of course still happening today, even more so, is important and needs to be challenged.
Our story takes place in a remote part of India, a town called Baripada, where Graham and Gladys served at the leprosy home for the outcast of the society for 35 years.
I was just really moved by their story and by the dedication of their life and how they really, their whole life was dedicated to coming and serving others. And so that was something for me that was so positive in reading that script and seeing what they had gone through.
For a man to leave the comforts of Australia and come down to a tribal area and work among the destitute.
They either had to be totally committed or totally insane to pick up such a project and do it. Now, when you do that, people are automatically, it's part of human nature, going to doubt your motive. If you can give up something pure and pristine and come and labor for someone else, the basic mindset is there's got to be an ulterior motive.
In building Graham's character, I had to make sure that I capture the element of love and courage, one so practical yet so focused.
Whenever you consider a project like this that's biographical, you know, there is more of an importance that you want to be honorable to someone's life, particularly the life of Graham Staines and all that he represented.
This story it's told in a very neutral way. Just like anything else, we don't begin with an idea that we have already decided what is right and what is wrong. The story creates within its own identity a script that allows the audience to follow through another person's quest.
I'll loan you a camera, but...
Our story is from a point of view of a journalist who has been commissioned to nail Graham Staines with conversion charges.
The character himself discovers Graham Staines, figures the work that he does, questions the work that he does, follows it up with vigorous investigations and then comes to a conclusion, questions that conclusion.
The most interesting for me about playing Graham is who he was as a human being. There's a phrase in acting called less is more, where the more realistic and honest you can be in the work, the more challenging it is. So this was the type of human being where it magnified that opportunity.
I think what moved me in playing Gladys was just her compassion and her love for others and her depth of her relationship, her relationship with Christ and who she was as a woman. And the moment that I felt like I walked onto set and really walked into the character of Gladys, there was this real transformation in that character.
It's the story of love, it's the story of forgiveness. We know Gladys forgave the perpetrators.
I wouldn't imagine anything worse could happen to a human being, and then to be able to have the strength to forgive someone.
I don't think this is a Christian story. I don't think it's just for churches. This is a human story. It's about what human beings can be. It's not written to preach. It is written to tell the story.
And the movie has spanned over 5 continents. We did not compromise on the production part of it, especially the music that was scored and was performed by the Hungarian orchestra in Budapest. We have some very well-known singers singing also, including Michael W. Smith, Nicole C. Mullen, and several others who have contributed to this particular project.
But when you see it on the big screen, it's almost like when you look on one side, you're afraid you'll miss on the other side. It has got that kind of cinematography. You know, the direction, the production, the camera, I think was just quite spectacular.
This is a film that's being made to really want to communicate a message of, you know, what life is all about. It should be about the journey of seeking hope and love and forgiveness and how we can give back to humanity.
You are really forced to sit back and think that, you know, this is right and this is wrong. It's black and white. There is no gray. And now you choose whether you want to be practical and move on, or you want to do the right thing and take a noble stand, take a stand which requires a lot of courage, and do what you think is right.
I really believe that it's going to impact a lot of people around the world, and I hope that it impacts many generations to say, I'm willing, I'm ready, but I'm not willing to let this kind of tragedy happen anymore.
So one of my hopes for the story is that people who are being persecuted for whatever reason will take courage, that they will be encouraged by Gladys's stand, by her reactions.
I really do believe that if you don't watch this movie, you will be missing out on one of the great stories of our time. It will fill you with hope. It will excite you to no end to realize that good in this world has continued and bad in this world will always try to fight it, but good will always prevail. This is Hope 101. You need it. Trust me.